Okay, check this out. We've got the Mazda CX-50 and the Kia Sportage, very popular SUVs. And today, we're gonna find out which one should you buy, the Mazda CX-50 or the Sportage. Let's roll! Okay, let's start first with the exterior, and we'll start with the Kia Sportage. This is an interesting design. My camera guy have been looking at this thing and trying to figure out what to make of it, the design overall, and we both agree it kind of looks like an insect. Like the grille at the front look like the teeth. It's got a very unusual design. Even the rear end doesn't match with the front end. Like you've got these multiple floors, headlights that don't make any sense the way they've designed it. We've got the fog lights at the bottom. This is the X-Line package, which is supposed to be the off-road design. Again, everyone has their own sort of taste, but to me this is very unappealing. I don't know why. It's just the whole design doesn't feel very inspiring. There's like the headlights, the shape of the daylight running light. I don't even know what that actually means. Is it like an arrow? Is it a L? Is it a C? I don't get that. The whole design doesn't make any sense. It doesn't look very inspiring. You look at this thing and it's like they had to buy this because they got an amazing deal. But it actually works for some people. It offers quite a lot of tech on the outside, like LED headlights, daylight running lights. The side here, you've got your hands-free for the door handles. So you got your 360 camera. It's just the design, not sure what it's all about. Meanwhile, the Mazda CX-50, it's very much like the current Mazda CX-5, but more off-roady. There's a lot of cladding on the fenders, at the back, on the sides, for the skirts, the bottom part of the bumper. But if I had to explain it to you, what this thing looks like is like a bird. The eyes, the massive grille in the front, but it is a bit more inspiring than the Kia Sportage. When I look at this thing, I'm not really uninspired. I actually feel that it looks very European lines. That's the way I see this. Even the rear end, the tail lights, the rims look really nice in this thing. And of course the rails at the top, which unfortunately were part of this package. Like the whole thing, the bumper at the front, the headlights look very sharp. It's got like really nice lines. Of course, I know some of you will say, well, Sam, I don't really care about that. I just need something that can get a good deal and good package. That's all that matters. To me, this one with the GSL package right now, it's well designed overall. So out of the two, the Mazda wins. Now, the Kia may not be very appealing, but it offers quite a lot of space. In fact, behind the second row, you get about 39 cubic feet of space, which is huge. I could probably, wow, look at that. I can actually fit in here comfortably. This is crazy. There's so much space in this. At least it gives you space. But here's the interesting thing. Folding the seats, you have this lever located into the side. You pull that. The problem is that the seat doesn't fold all the way down. So you have to go and push it down manually. Not very, very good design, but you do get a spare tire, 17-inch underneath, and some extra space that you can use, and there's a subwoofer onto this side. The Mazda, on the other hand, the Mazda doesn't offer a lot of space. Behind the second row, you only get about 31.7 cubic feet of space, but you do get an actual spare tire, plus there is a subwoofer. The spare tire is 17-inch, and you can fold the seats from here with a lever, and once they fold, they stay down. So you don't have to actually push them down in order to get access of the entire area. One of my favorite things to do is the speed of the tailgate when it closes or when it opens. And I know it might sound silly to some people, but it annoys me sometimes when they take their sweet time to close. And we did the test. The Mazda took about 6.5 seconds. Meanwhile, the one in the Sportage took about 7.5. So that's about a second faster for the Mazda. Now, some people might not like that. They want to take their time. I prefer to have something that is really fast. So in this case, the Mazda was the fastest out of the two. Now let's jump into the second row. Let's talk about what these two offer. In the Mazda, you get this beautiful quilted interior with the stitching. It's got a really nice feel to it. The leather also feels really great quality in here. It feels more premium. Second thing, both offer heated seats in the back. The Mazda has them in the center. The Sportage has them on each door. Now, where's the benefit with that? Well, one benefit of having them in the center is that kids don't touch them. But if you have them on the window, like I know my son would be playing with that button and turning on and turning off when it's on the door panel. Next thing, they both offer USB-C ports. Now, the Mazda has it in the center, while the Kia Sportage has one on each seat. You do get a couple of hangers on the Mazda, on the Kia Sportage, and the Sportage on the headrest offers sort of like a tablet holder so that when you have kids, you can actually put the tablet right behind the headrest. I think that's a very smart design. They both offer panoramic roofs in this case, with the sunroof to open in the front. And in terms of space, well, they're about the same, except the room part over here where I'm sitting right now. Legroom is about the same, headroom is about the same, but the door on the Mazda feels like it's closer to me compared to the Sportage, but legroom, headroom about the same. The other thing is that in the Sportage, you can actually fix the recliner back and forth. It's got a lever on the side, something you can't do with the Mazda CX-5. It is fixed, you can only fold it completely. Other than that, they're both pretty good on the inside in terms of space. I feel comfortable in both vehicles. Okay, let's move on to the front, and we'll start first with the Sportage. The Sportage on this side has a very interesting design interior, and it is new for this year. So you've got a massive 12.3-inch screen curved display all the way across for the cluster and the infotainment. You got this interesting steering wheel, which looks like a performance vehicle, but it's not. It's got these fake painted paddle shifters looking aluminum. They're plastic, but it's a nice feel being inside here, meaning that it's very up-to-date, very modern compared to the Mazda, which, to be fair, the new CX-5 has a very different interior to that, which I'm assuming that new CX-50 down the road is going to have a much nicer interior, bigger screen. We're looking forward to the new CX-5. That means the next generations of Mazda are going to have similar interior to that. In terms of tech features, let's start them up and start talking about what do they offer. Okay, let's start it up, and here you go. You're welcomed by this massive screen. Well, two screens in this case. They're not attached together, just the frame holding them, the housing. But that's a 12.3, that's a 12.3 inch as well. This is touch screen, so you've got easy access to the infotainment, a lot of settings. It also comes with a 360 camera, including a 3D version of the vehicle, not matching the color of the vehicle, but that is something really handy. You've got all the user interface here, easy to use. You've got your phone projection for your Apple Android Auto, for example. Now, this is very similar to the Hyundai. We've seen this before. You've got some of the settings here that you can easy access. You can change like the layout, the theme, and all that. The cluster, the heads-up display. So you get a lot of information. There's also the drop-down menu, which gives you shortcuts like navigation. There's also a quiet mode, which plays the music only in the front. But that's about it. So you get a more modern infotainment in this vehicle. And this is the new version, like built-in weather, built-in GPS. I absolutely hate this GPS system that these guys offer, but that's okay because you've got Apple CarPlay. Audio system in this case is powered by Harman Kardon, so it is a premium audio system with this package, which is quite nice. And then further down, we have the climate unit, which is the most annoying part about this entire system. First, this is your climate unit. Now, to go into the other menu, you have to tap on it. So if I want to change my volume fast, I have to go into that. Otherwise, I'm changing the temperature, which I know doesn't make any sense, but they've decided to include a sub menu into the main menu, if that makes any sense. And then further down here, we've got the wireless charging pad with 2 USB-C ports, and one is to connect your phone. And then right in the center, over here, we have more buttons, which I appreciate. You got your heated seats, ventilated seats button for the driver and the passenger side. This is your shift knob, which is quite nice. You can put it to manual, easy to use. And then we've got these buttons over here for your camera, the parking sensor, auto hold, downhill assist in this case. Sportage, it's what you see in here. So if you look at this, there's the cup holders in here. And these cup holders have a very unique design. Let's just say you're not using the cup holders. Well, guess what? You can hide them. And that way you give yourself more space. I think that's actually smart. I'll give it to them. And if you need the cup holders, you can do that. You don't have to have both out. You can have only one. And now you give yourself more extra space. The main cluster has some information you can go through. There is options like your built-in, there we go, more information, settings, and here you go. You got more settings in here, power distribution, tire pressure, fuel and trip. All that stuff that you need is right in here, easy to use. In terms of the driving modes, we've got your normal, sport, drive, and they're all located in the steering wheel. So because this is a very high performance vehicle, therefore they need to be there. There's also terrain mode, which gives you, in terrain mode, you get your snow, mud, and sand, and each one changes the layout. Now, here's one annoying thing about this sunroof. Let's just say I want the sunshade to open completely, just the sunshade. Check this out. Yeah, see, I don't like that. So now I have to press the button again to close the actual sunroof so that I can leave the sunshade open. Why would they do it? I have to tap it again. Why would they do that? Like, why not just make it possible that you can open just the sunshade? Maybe it's a feature with a higher trim. They're going to charge you more money, but that is annoying. Into the CX-50. Let's start it up. And here we go. So, the CX-50. This interior might not feel as modern as the one in the Sportage, but it works. That's my take on it. It works and it feels nice. I love this leather, the dashboards, the screen is close enough. It looks nice. I don't know. To me, this looks a bit more nice. I love the buttons over here. You've got ventilated seats, heated seats, the climate unit, dual zone. I love that. There's more space onto this side. Like you can put your sunglasses in here, or if you follow me up at the top, there's an actual sunglass compartment. And there you go, something you don't get with the Sportage. And then further down into the center, we've got more buttons in here. There's an actual shift knob, similar to the one in the Sportage, the two cup holders at the front, and then you've got the button here and the scroll knob for the infotainment because it is not touch screen. So the infotainment, you can control it from here. I've gotten so used to this thing that I automatically go into like home mode. I know exactly how to use it because I've driven so many of them, and it's very, very intuitive. It's not hard to learn. You've got your power handbrake, your auto hold as well, and there is my drive that you can put different drives. This one has got sport, off-road, and normal. Now, the wireless charging pad, it's located in here, and I've got to complain about that. My phone tends to slide a lot, like moving forward, the way this thing they have designed it. And to charge it, you can only do one side like that. Look at that, it's gonna take some time. Come on, charge my phone, charge my phone. Come on, Mazda. Okay, maybe this one. We're waiting here. Yeah, see that? I don't know why. Like, does it all the time. Yeah, I don't know why. It happens quite a lot with my phone. I can't charge it for some reason. But it has this split armrest in here with two USB-C ports inside that you can charge and connect your phone. They're not on the outside like the one in the Sportage, so you have to access that. So this thing over here, it's kind of annoying. The USB-C port should be outside, in my opinion, not inside. And also my phone, it's still not charging. Is this thing broken? Hold on, why is it turning red? Okay, here we go. Come on, there we go, finally. There we go. So the phone has to be in this position to charge, and it disconnected again. Yeah, that's my problem with the Mazda. So unfortunately, I don't even use the wireless charging pad in there. Moving on to the steering wheel, we've got a very skinny steering wheel design with a 3-spoke, very different to the one in the Sportage that has that similar design to the GV 80 when it first came out, that massive piece in the middle with buttons. It's kind of like the same design, probably the same guy designed the Kia. And we've got buttons over here, easy to use for your cruise control on the right side and so on. And you've got some pedal shifters in the back. Now, the cluster. The cluster is semi-digital. You've got the analog RPM, there's a digital screen in the center, and that's pretty much it, what you get. There's some extra settings. You've got your driving information in this case. You've got your lane assist, gap assist, shows you the total kilometers, and on the right side, you've got your fuel efficiency level and your fuel level, and you've got your temperature. So that's about it on this side. The cluster is not the latest, greatest kind of thing. It's still very much like the old one, but soon enough, once the CX-5 goes out, they're going to eventually have a CX-50 as well. Okay, next thing, pricing. Well, here's where it gets interesting. So both vehicles give you the option to purchase hybrids, which are amazing for fuel efficiency. And when it comes to pricing, well, here's where the Kia Sportage wins. The base model Sportage is actually a lot cheaper because it offers a front-wheel drive, and I mean about $6,000 to $7,000 more, but it's only front-wheel drive. Now, the models that we have for today's video, this Sportage with the off-road package starts at about $37,000 Canadian. Meanwhile, the CX-50 with the lowest trim starts at about $39,000 Canadian, but that's because you get sort of more powerful engine and a bit more off-road capability compared to this, the X line. So the next question remains, how do they drive? And first, we're going to take the Kia Sportage. Let's roll. Okay, let's talk about this. The 2.5 liter under the hood makes about 187 horsepower on this. You can also get a hybrid version this year, which increases your fuel efficiency, but it's also not as fun as the 4-cylinder. Having said that, here's what I like about this car. Camera on the indicator. When you go left, when you go right, you can see it in here. It gives you better visibility. That's actually a feature that I truly believe every car out there should have. When it comes to the power delivery, this thing sucks. It's so slow, it's so sluggish. It's like meh. You just, I don't know, there's not much to be excited about this. And this GPS on this car, it's even more annoying than the car. Well, more annoying than this thing here. It's like, it's slow, it's laggy. I don't even know why they put it here. Just get rid of it. Give me a different settings. Nobody uses it anymore. It's very like laggy, and it's got this stupid arrow. Like when you move it around, it keeps going. I don't want to go. I just want to look around. Stop giving me that. It comes with heads-up display, larger mirrors on the side, great visibility at the front. Even the rear end, it's pretty visible in this car, so you can see quite a lot. The steering is light, easy to use. The steering wheel, it's quite grippy as well. You've got tons of buttons here, including the driving modes, which are located onto the steering wheel because this is a very high performance vehicle. Therefore, you need the sport modes and the rest of them right in here. Is it nice? Yes. Is it necessary? Nah. Nobody's changing driving modes in this vehicle unless they plan to make a 600 horsepower version of this. But you have them in here, so you can go into like sport mode, you put your foot down, and there's a chance this thing might wake up. And we are moving. That was the slowest thing ever. But people that buy vehicles like this don't really care about. They care about the value that this gives, which is quite a lot for tech features. So if you like tech, this is the way to go. Now, here's what I don't like about this car. The sitting position. I feel like I'm sitting on the car, not in the car. The power delivery is pathetic in this car. It's very, very slow to move. There's no driving impressions for me in here to be like, oh my God, I like driving this. The sitting position is very uncomfortable for someone my height. Maybe some people like sitting high. I know a lot of people that like to sit like this on their steering wheel, and they might love this car for that. And the suspension system, it's very hard to understand when it's going to be hard or when it's going to be soft. In most cases, it's pretty stiff, so you're kind of going like this. And it's harsh on your back when it goes into a pothole. And that's about it. Like, The driving thing is not the best thing about this car. The tech features, it's loaded with a ton. They've added so much to this, but power delivery and comfort is just not there. Now, what about the Mazda? Now, this is a driver's car, period. Drives way better than the Sportage. The sitting position is perfect for me. I'm not sitting too high. I'm sitting pretty low in this thing, and actually I pushed it even further down. I didn't have it all the way down. It's got the power delivery. The steering is super direct, not lousy. The suspension is not stiff. The only thing, because of the rails at the top, today it's very noisy on the inside, but that's because of those. So I can't really complain about it. Let's put into drive, sport mode, and oh yeah, it pulls. This thing, it's not a slouch at all. Like, it's just, it's so much different to the Sportage. If you need tech, Sportage is the way to go. If you really enjoy driving, this is the car to go. And I also like a bit of power delivery, because when I want to overtake people, I put my foot down and this car wakes up, and I like that. So it comes down to you, preference-wise. You won't go wrong with either or if you like either or.